Hello students, I am your teacher Kavita and today we are going to study this poem Ozymandias. Ozymandias is a sonnet. It means it is a type of poem and it has 14 lines in it. This poem is one of the well-known creations of the poet, that is Percy Bysshe Shelley. Percy Shelley, widely regarded as one of the greatest lyric and philosophical poets in the English language. So, before going to start this poem, let me tell you the background of the poem. The title Ozymandias is the another name or throne name of Egyptian king Ramesses II. Here, the poet describes that the powerful king was foolish, as he thought that erecting a huge statue symbolized his power. But today, the statue is no longer exists. It has become a ruin. It means the statue, the power and the strength all have been destroyed. So this is the theme of this poem. So let's read the poem. I met a traveller from the antique land who said two vast and trunkless legs of the stone stand in the desert. Near them on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies. So, in these lines, the poet met a person who had traveled to an antique land. What is antique land? Antique land means a traveler traveled to Egypt, and Egypt is called as an antique land because Egypt is also known for its great civilization. So he saw ruins of the statue or remains of a statue of the king Ozymandias. And the traveler further said that he saw two vast, big, trunkless legs of stone standing in the desert. It means he saw very big legs without the upper part of the body standing alone in the sand. And beside that, near them, he saw a half sunk broken face of the statue, and that was laid in the sand, and that face was King Ozymandias. Next lines are, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command that tell its sculptor well those passions red which yet survive stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fade. In this line, the poet says that the face that is half buried in the sand has an expression of anger and lips are wrinkled, which show a sneering expression of cold, emotionless, and rude king. And the sculptor was a fine craftsman. He copied all these expressions perfectly on the statue. The sculptor's hand mocked the exact expressions of the king Ozymandias. Let's see the next lines. And on the pedestal these words appear, my name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, a mighty and despair. Here the poet says the platform on which the two legs were standing, some words were written over there. That is, my name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Here these words show that the arrogance and haughty attitude of the king Ozymandias. It shows how high-headed he was. He is telling to all the powerful kings of the world that look upon my works. So, what are the works that he is talking about? That huge statue he got erected of himself. But the statue does not exist any longer. So, this is the irony that the poet is saying, that all his mighty work had been destroyed with the passage of time. And the last lines are, nothing beside remains, round and decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away. So, in these last lines, the poet is saying that just only ruins of the statue remains there. Means there is no other trace of the statue, and other than that, this platform which is the engraving on it, the statue has been completely destroyed. Only stretch of sand and the desert land is everywhere. So students, this is the end of the poem. So the message of the poem is that the power is temporary, nothing remains forever. So I hope you have understood this poem. Thank you.